little bit of breath work for you there from that's on YouTube. If anyone ever wants it, just look up Shamanic Breathwork. There's loads on there. Welcome everyone. We've got Bosnia, we've got Germany. Alright, Bonnie's in the US of A. Alright, Bonnie.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. Good to see you again.
You too.
I think my internet's a little bit glitchy today, so my picture might keep freezing. I had a bit of a storm weather again. Caused the internet to go really slow. Yeah. As usual, just wait for people to turn up. We've got a couple of early birds, or 3 early birds. It's good. It's always good to see people coming early. Just having my cup of tea. Hit the candle for today. We're going to be doing a bit of a participation today. As always, the recording only records the person speaking, so anyone on mute, you can pull lots of weird faces while you're doing the breath work, and it won't be recorded or used against you in any way. It'll just be me pulling silly faces, but I'm used to that. You can do that now if you want to start practicing your breathing. Just come out of just letting your breath run itself. Just go into the space where you're controlling it. Do whatever you need to do. Speed it up, slow it down, stop it. Welcome, welcome. We're just waiting for everyone to arrive. So anyone arriving, if you want to put in the chat where you're from, or if you want to come on and say where you are. Oh, it looks like someone's shopping. Are you in Walmart? Bonnie's in the USA. Where's everyone else from then? I hope the person that's shopping is going to do the breathwork stuff when they get to checkout, and we'll make sure they're doing some really weird face. Oh, I wanted you to be standing at checkout, pulling a funny face because you're doing some breathing. Florida. I bet Florida's a bit warmer and nicer. I'm still trying to get used to the fact that we've sort of gone into that darkness where it's dark before 5 p.m. and this is the time when I'm in England where I want to emigrate and follow the sun. And then by December I'm sort of back into it. Welcome, welcome. People want to put in comments which country they're popping in from. I just love seeing that we're global. I say no Martians yet though. I think they're hiding from us. I think I've had some dragons, some Arcturians. Texas! You know, Texas. Where's your big hat? Where's JR? Oh no, that's really what else have we got in the house? Thought I saw Peter pop in. There he is. Always give it a few minutes. You know, people nobody likes to be first at the party. Welcome, people. Welcome. As you pop in, just say where you're popping in from. We'll give it until couple of minutes past, and then we'll start. I say, while you're waiting for everyone to arrive, you can just. This is all going to be about breathwork today, and I'm just going to give lots of different examples of it, and then maybe if we have time, we'll actually go on a shamanic journey and do a really powerful one. But I'll when we get to that, I'll warn everyone if they don't want to do it, they don't have to, because it can be quite strong. But if you just want to get into the fact that you can control your breathing, just feel that, and feel where it goes, feel your lungs filling up, and do that standard thing of when you breathe in, pop your belly out. I think we're all trained it the other way around, aren't we? So don't worry, no one's going to see your belly popping out. Yeah, that's why I've got this baggy jumper on, so you can't see mine. So when you breathe in, you pop your belly out, and when you breathe out, you want to really push it. And if you can almost feel the diaphragm going up and up and up, hold it for a moment, just there. You can really feel it pushing upwards. We've got the Netherlands, Vancouver. There's Nira.
Hi, hi.
Nira's.
Hello, how are
Hi.
you?
I'm good. How's you?
Yeah, it's been a
You
while.
know,
Yeah, I'm fine.
you're in Sweden. Sweden's in
I'm in
there.
Spain today. I'm in Spain today.
You're in Spain today. All right, representing
I, I,
Spain.
I just arrived. Yeah, so today I've arrived and I saw you. Yeah, this
Uh,
reminder popped up, so I'll join. How are you all?
we're good. So you're chasing the sunshine, are you?
Yeah, exactly. But unfortunately, it's not. Well, it's not that warm. Well, it's I think in the daytime it is, but I got here a bit late. But yeah. But yeah, absolutely chasing the sunshine. In Sweden, it's gray is a terrible month. It's gray, gray, gray. I mean, November is a
Yeah,
terrible month.
thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
So
know the
yes,
feeling.
yes. So
Sure.
yeah, we're quite a few here. I see somebody I recognize.
Well,
Bonnie.
say hello.
Hi, Bonnie. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. How are you, Nira?
Yeah, I'm good.
Hello,
I'm good.
Paddy.
Okay, I think yeah,
Michelle.
I don't want to take over the meeting.
Hey, you do whatever you like. It's free format. We don't mind.
Aloha.
No,
Aloha.
I just had to
Aloha.
say. Yeah.
Yeah, put in the chat where you're from, and then we'll start. We're at 3 minutes past, so we'll do that. So, welcome everyone. Welcome to today in the continuation of our webinars on shamanism, where really I just share about shamanism, and it's all my experience. So take it with a pinch of salt. It's not necessarily the truth. It's just my experience, and I love to share about it just so that people go, "Oh, that shamanism thing sounds interesting." Maybe next week, next month, next year, next decade, maybe you'll actually find it's something that you want to learn yourself, or maybe it's just something where you think, well, maybe I'll go and get a healing from some shamanic person. It doesn't have to be me, it can be anyone. So that's all what this is all about. This is about me sharing my experience of shamanism, and we've been through quite a few. So what I'll do is I'll share my screen, and then I have shared my screen on there, so it's fine. So we're doing breath work. What we've done over the last few months, we've had quite a few. The first one I started was an introduction to shamanism. Then we did soul retrieval, aura cleanse, astral cleaning, dismemberment journey, which was very powerful. Met spirit guides, reconnected with our dragons. And last time we looked at all the different amazing shamanic tools. And today I'm going to get the drum out probably. And today we're just talking about shamanic breathwork, and I'm extending it outside of just shamanism, because like all modalities, shamanism borrows it from many different places. But we'll probably do a proper shamanic ritual with the breath work anyway at the end. Now, I just want to give everyone a flavour, because breath work for me is very powerful, and I use it every day. So we've all got busy lives, and so I thank you all for attending. There's a load of you here today. It's beautiful. So let's all just have a little moment where we just sit here with ourselves and just breathe consciously. Just do that bit where you're like, however it feels right for you. Just bring all of ourselves here out of our mornings or our days or our to-do lists. Just bring yourself here to this moment. You'll notice the more you breathe consciously, the more you'll become here, present, not in the past or the future. Beautiful. And feel everyone arriving and feel the energy calming, which is beautiful. I'll say a few hello to a few more. So hello to Kansas, Hawaii, Australia. Beautiful. It's good to see everyone. So breath work. What's breath work? You all know how to breathe. I should hope you do, otherwise you'd be dead within, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 minutes, maybe the last 5, or maybe you're one of those people that does that deep diving thing and I think they hold their breath for 10 or 15 minutes. And most of us, even now, if we hold our breath for 10 seconds, there's a strain, isn't there? And most of us, we don't even think about our breathing. It just happens. And I'm one of those people that loves breath work. I got into it originally through yoga, actually through Pilates, and then I found yoga, and I found yoga much nicer. And one of the things I want to do is get people to think about their breathing, and to every now and again, when you're feeling stressed, or maybe in the morning or before you go to bed, just have that pause where you actually pull the breath in purposely and push it out purposely. And all I wanted to do today was give you an example of all the different modalities and breathing techniques that I've experienced. And some of them will resonate with you, some of them won't, and you might take away one that does. And then in that moment one day where you're feeling really stressed, you might think, oh, actually, if I just stop for 5 minutes and pause and do some proper conscious breathing, maybe it'll calm me down. And you always find it does. It's beautiful. One of the things that many of us do is we breathe very, very shallow, and that's important, that you need to breathe deep, really deep. And often, sometimes, I find it myself when I'm going for walks, when my body's under stress, I start breathing through my mouth. And that's one of the things that you really need to try and stop, because if you don't breathe through your nose, it's not the best, basically, because your nose is designed to do things. It's designed to regulate the amount of carbon dioxide and waste and all the rest of it. And breathing through your nose is better, and breathing out through your mouth if you need to, because sometimes if you're being forced or it hurts your nose. So what I'm saying is, think about your breathing. Take a moment to be conscious in your breathing. And that's one of the things I just sort of saying really is, many of us don't even think about our breathing. So just have a think about it. And if you find sometimes that you're breathing through your mouth, I was watching something the other day where they were saying lots of people nowadays get viruses, or they get nasal infections, and they start breathing through their mouth. And they've actually changed people's faces, because we're not designed to breathe through the mouth. So if you find yourself doing that, try and bring yourself back and breathe through the nose. And we're doing a fair bit of breathing through the nose, but there will be a bit where we will breathe through the mouth. So it's not always true. And the first one I'd like to share with you is the conscious breathing. It's a box. And what you do is, you can sometimes, I find that people find it hard to breathe in for too long. So that you can do the 4 box, where you breathe in for 4, you hold it for 4, and you breathe out for 4, and then you hold it for 4. Or you can do the breathe in for 2. Some people breathe. I find breathing in for 4, I can't. I get to 3 and I'm full. So it's up to you. You can do the breathe in for 2, hold for 4, breathe out for 2, hold for 4. And what you want to do is try and do that as much as you can through your nose. And if you want to expel through your mouth, then do. So let's all try that one. Let's try the simpler one, where you breathe in for 2. So breathe in for 2, hold for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, out for 2, hold for 4, breathe in for 2, hold for 4, out for 2, hold for 4, in for 2, hold for 4, out for 2, hold for 4, in for 2, hold for 4, out for 2, hold for 4, and then just breathe normally. And what you would do with that technique is do it for a lot longer. I'm just giving you a brief idea of it. So if you were feeling stressed, the fact that you're having to do that counting bit and remember to hold is very beautiful. And I find that's a really good one to do, where I've just had a busy day, I'm all in my head and I'm all over the place. And it just causes you to pause and stop and just hold that flow. And as I say, you can do you can make it bigger. If you're one of those people that can count in for 8, hold for 8, out for 8, hold for 8, then do that. Work it out for whatever you want. There's no rules to this. And you could do 2, 2, 2, 2 if you wanted as well, or 3, 3, 3. So do whatever works for you. Cool. So conscious breathing. If you do conscious breathing, there's a whole bunch of I tried to list all the things that I can think of that it helps with, and it's mad that just breathing consciously can assist with so many things, but it's been proven throughout the world that breathing is so powerful. It's not just shamanism, there's every you'll see a list later, there's everywhere it's used. So practicing conscious breathing is good for your nervous system. You can probably tell yourself when you started, just that 2, 4, 2, 4 just relaxes you. And if you're stressed, that's one of the most important things to do. Is when you're stressed, you get and it's quick breaths, and you're not actually getting the oxygen. That's when you need to stop and just do the I think just after two breaths like that, you can just feel your whole body relaxing. It just tells your nervous system to calm down. If you're feeling stressed, it really is good for anxiety release. It really is. It's beautiful. It helps, in theory, it helps with depression. I'm not 100% sure about that one, but it's listed. I read that in the medical journal, so let's believe that. Enhances your overall mental health. Yeah, I mean, the fact that you're sitting and pausing and you're removing the stress is going to help. It increases your intuition and creativity, mainly because it's bringing you into this moment. But a lot of the time we spend our time in the past or in the future thinking about things, but breathing consciously makes you stop here and there. You end up being where you are. Mirror. It improves your immune function because you're getting so much oxygen in. It's oxygenating your blood. That's making you strong, which is beautiful. And obviously, if you can go out in the fresh air and breathe the fresh air, that lovely mountain air or that sea air, is better. It helps with your energy and vitality because you're empowering your body. Deeper spiritual insights, definitely. I use Wim Hof every morning, and if I want to have a journey where I meet some of my spirit guides, rather than sitting down and playing the drum, then what I'll do is I'll do 5 rounds of Wim Hof, and that just centers me so much in the moment that I can call in my spirit guides. And that's also works in shamanism, where you're doing lots of breathing, and we'll do an exercise in a little while. So the spiritual insights is very, very good. It boosts feelings of joy and happiness. I think it does, because if I think I need some air, then I'll always go out into the woods or the forest or go to the sea, and the feeling of being in nature just helps you. It alkalizes your blood, which decreases inflammation, and inflammation is one of the biggest things that causes many diseases in us. Again, so just being there and breathing fully and properly. Now, again, I'll talk about Wim Hof. He's had lots of scientists doing lots of tests on him, and he's proven how the breath is so important. Controlling the breath, it's good for connection. If you've got a partner and you do synchronized breathing, that is so powerful. Both in and out together. And obviously you can use that in many different situations. I'm sure your mind could go there. Increased mindfulness and appreciation of life. Definitely the fact that you're, again, I say you're in the now, and you can connect to the spiritual. And it improves your sleep patterns if you do some conscious breathing. And I wear an aura ring, which basically records my percentage of sleep. It records my heartbeat and all that stuff. And if there's days where I don't do my conscious breathing, then my sleep, which is normally in the sort of 90%, definitely drops like a good 10%. I've experimented, so it will help. So conscious breathing, consider it a must. And then there's a whole list here, and I'm not going to go through in great detail because I'd like us to go and do a journey, but I'll share these slides with you afterwards. But these are all the different sort of shamanic breathwork modalities that are out there. You've got the holotropic, the rebirthing breathwork, transformational breathwork, Tumo breathwork, shamanic journeying breathwork, San Pedro the cactus breathwork, ayahuasca, sweat lodge, and Hawaiian. So there's a whole bunch of different modalities out there that are using breathwork within what they do. So the fact that there's so many rituals out there using breathwork just shows you how powerful it is. Yeah? I don't want to sit too long on those because those are different modalities that I don't know a lot about. I'll share all those with you, and you'll be able to investigate them more. And then you've got good old Wim Hof, the Iceman, and he's maybe not seen as a spiritual person, but he has got spirit about him. But he's sat down with scientists and proven to them how powerful the breath is, and he uses his breath to control things like they've injected him with diseases that should have made him straight away, and he's used his breath and centering himself to remove that toxin from his body. He uses it to empower himself. So I use the Wim Hof when I go swimming. Everyone else is in their wetsuits and all the rest of it, and I'll go in my swimming trunks and it's freezing cold. But before I go in, I do my Wim Hof rounds of breath. And I imagine it firing up inside me so that I've got a warmth. And it works every time. You can go into the coldest water. I've done the Wim Hof ice baths. Before you go in, you use your breath to consciously make yourself warmer. And it works amazingly. And you can go in this ice cold water and you sit in it and you're like, oh, it's not quite like a warm bath. The first 15 seconds you're like, ooh, but that's where you have to get over that reaction of the body, get out of your head, and then suddenly after 15 seconds it's like, oh, this is quite comfortable, it's beautiful, and you can sit there. And he's done that where he swam under the ice. I think he holds the world record for swimming under the ice, holding his breath for so long. And so yeah, I mean, if you've not heard of Wim Hof, definitely check him out. And he's got an app which is beautiful. So I sit down with the app and it just leads you through. If you sit down yourself, sometimes you're like, oh, I can't be bothered. But his voice is beautiful, and he's like, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. And you're like, oh, I'm doing this with you, Wim. And it's beautiful. I get really empowered by doing it I do it every morning. If I forget, I'm like, oh, I forgot my Wim Hof. I need to stop everything and do my Wim Hof. I've got my little meditation, sit and do it there. It's beautiful. So yeah, Wim Hof's beautiful. I'd like to teach you the alternative nose one. For this one, probably better if I'm actually on camera, if you can see me. But what you want to do is take your two fingers and put them here on your third eye. You'll see me. Like that. And you get your thumb and your ring finger, and you want to put your thumb on one nostril and your other finger on the other nostril. That obviously stops you breathing. So what you want to do is release the thumb, and then you breathe in through that nostril and you hold. And then you release the other finger and you breathe out that nostril. And then with the finger that's released, you breathe in through that nostril and then hold. You move the thumb and breathe out through that nostril. And you breathe in through that nostril. You put your thumb on, stop it, hold your breath, lift your finger, breathe out that nostril, and breathe in that nostril, and so forth. It's very hard to talk when you put your fingers up your nose. That alternative nostril breathing, again, it's just another method of getting you into the moment, because you've got to think, I want to say, am I using my thumb or my ring finger, and am I breathing in or am I breathing out? And it just brings you completely into this moment. You can't be sitting there thinking about the thing you were worrying about before you start. It just brings you here and it gives you a chance to do that. And if you repeat that for sort of 5 or 10 minutes, it just so relaxes you. It really does. So try that. So that's the alternative nose breathing. And again, I'll share all the notes on that, so you've got them. Everything of this goes onto my blog, and I'll send it out to everyone. I'm sort of pushing through because I want us to get to the chance to actually do this. This one, I'm just looking at the slide, is quite a funny one. This is where I get stupid. So when I take people on journeys to connect to their dragons, then what I'll often do is the dragon breath. And the dragon breath is a fun one. This is why I was hoping that lady that was shopping was at the till, because she could do this in front of the till to scare the life out of people. So what you do is you breathe in, then you breathe out like a dragon. It's saying my picture's stuck. Yeah, the internet can be a bit dodgy. So live with it. That's the way it is. And then breathe in and then breathe out like a dragon. If you can't see me, it's because the video here is a bit dodgy. The internet's really rubbish today because of a storm. But you can hear me, that's the important thing. And it'll all be videoed, so you can watch the replay. I'm not looking at the chat at the moment. I've just seen messages pop up. But also for the dragon breath, if you want to, you can do the double sniff where you go. As you can see, that would look very stupid if you were standing in a queue. It's probably not one you want to do in public because you'll probably get arrested and put in a straitjacket. So, oops, just going to mute someone. But yeah, it's a very powerful one because the double sniff really fills your lungs up, and then the power pushing it out is beautiful. Let me just have a quick look at the chat. What's it saying? Yeah, my picture's freezing. That's the way it is. Yeah, fair enough. That's cool. As I say, the internet here is slightly dodgy. All right, let's move forward to the next one. The next one is the shamanic ritual that I want to take you guys on. And this is a very powerful one. And I think it was probably the second shamanic ritual I did. And it's for connecting to your spirit team or spirit guide, or connecting to your wisdom, or connecting to the universe, whichever you believe in, or connecting to the god or the goddess. And what we're going to do is it's a powerful one, and it will also dry your throat, because this is the one where you're only breathing through your mouth. And the whole point is that there is discomfort. There will be dryness. You will maybe end up with saliva down the side of your face. But there's a point there where people will give up. And the whole point is you do not give up. You keep doing it, and you go through the dryness, you go through the saliva, you go through the slight pain. And that causes a breakage in this reality. It opens a portal for you to connect to the divine. So what you want to do, as with all shamanic rituals, you want to have an intention. So you can just watch this and not take part. If you're not interested in doing full hold, that's fine. You can do this maybe in your own time. So I'll just, this is more of an example for you, but if you want to do it, you want to have an intention. Who is it you want to meet? Do you want to meet your higher self? Do you want to meet God, the goddess? Do you want to meet Isis? Do you want to meet one of your spirit guides, your power animals, your dragons? Do you want to meet an ancestor? So what you're doing is you're using the breath and the fact that you're breaking through the physical pain barrier, because there will be some. You're breaking through that, and that opens a portal for you. So you don't need to go on other shamanic journeys. It is very powerful. It's also very releasing as well. And as I say, you probably will get a dry throat, so you might want to have some water before you start. And what I won't be doing it because I'll be playing the drum, but what you guys will be doing is basically you're just breathing in through your mouth. So you open your mouth, go. See, and already that cold air has dried my throat out, and there will be a moment, probably a minute in, where you might feel some dizziness, you might feel some discomfort, and you'll want to give up. That's fine. If you want to give up now, that's fine. That does not no one's going to judge you. But if you want to break through and create that portal with your breath, then keep going and go through the discomfort. Have your eyes closed. Have that strong intention that you want to call in the divine or wherever it is you want to call in. Yeah. So if you're interested in doing it, put your hand up. Okay, good. Got some people that are interested. Perfect. Yes. Good stuff. Thank you very much. You can put your hands down. So what you want to do first of all is just close your eyes and prepare yourself for doing the breath. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to read through a little ritual just to ensure that anything that you're calling in is divine, pure, source energy, is clean, and is for your highest good. Yeah. And then what I'll do is I'll play the drum. When I'm playing the drum, you guys can do the breath, and I'll feel into it and see what people are looking like. If anyone's falling over, fainting, we'll see how far we go. We probably won't do a full-on ritual. The full-on ritual, you probably do this for an hour or so, and yeah. So if you do feel a bit giddy, lay down as well. Okay, so it's coming to your hearts. Right. I connect to your soul and body and call upon the pure, gorgeous, protective light and healing light of the universe to fill our connection and surround us with a space and a circle of protective light. I call upon the east and the south and the west and the north and the fire and the water and the earth and the air. I call upon Goddess Isis to protect us. I call upon my dragons to protect us too. I call upon the God and light of the universe to surround us and protect us from all energies that do not love us unconditionally. And I invite only beings of the highest light into this circle. I invite only beings of the highest light into this circle. I invite only beings of the highest light into this circle. So have that intention in your mind now. Who do you wish to meet? Who do you wish to call in? Or do you just want to experience the breath until you can take it no more? So I'll play the drum, and then what I'll do is I'll probably do a fast beat just to say we're slowing down and coming out of the process. What time have we got? We'll see how long it goes. We'll start now. Okay. Hold your intention in your heart You want to start your breath, so it's and so it will get discomfort. So keep going, enjoy if you can. Just let your breathing slowly return to normal. You probably feel your whole body fizzing. You may have experienced something. Just let that settle in. Just imagine yourself closing off any connection to whoever it was you met. Close that portal now. It's always there to open whenever you want to. Bring yourselves back slowly, fully into your own bodies. Rub your hands together. Move your feet and toes. Just shake your whole body. Get yourself back into your bodies. And if you need a drink, which you probably will if you did that whole 10 minutes of breathing through your mouth, it's probably very dry. Get yourself a drink. Welcome back. Feel the energy. There was a few people meeting some powerful beings. Beautiful. Anyone have anything they wanted to share? You can either put it in the chat or you can pop out on the video and have a chat if you want to. If no one wants to, that's fine. I'll give a few moments for anyone to unmute themselves, start speaking if they want to. See the messages. The whole body is vibrating. Yeah, it does that. There's so much oxygen going in it. It vibrates all the cells. I think that's what happens. I think you become so you vibrate at a completely different frequency, and it's easier for whatever needs to come in to come in. The first time I did it, this gorgeous winged white goddess basically came in and just stood there and sort of gave me a beautiful blessing and sent me some healing energy. That was powerful. And so you can do this on your own wherever you want to. It's always good to have a drum. The drum is also another thing that opens a portal, and it just helps you concentrate. Or you can just do it with your breath. It's up to you. There's no rules. But if anyone wants to share, please do. Who wants to say anything?
I saw a dragon. I called in a partner's higher self, and I had it come to me some time ago, like the dragon connection, and like I had read, like with, I know twin flames, it's overhyped, but I had read that the other twins higher self is this spirit guide, and I had an interaction with a dragon like years ago, this red dragon, and in this meditation I saw this brilliant bright red eye, and it was so beautiful and very intense. Nothing, I didn't experience much else, this being my first time doing this, I suppose, but it was very intense experiencing that. Thank you.
Thank you. I saw you breathing. You were really going for it, weren't you? So I think the more powerful you put your whole body into that, you do get a sore throat, of course.
I felt that.
Well.
Trying to fit and so throat singing, and I couldn't do it, but somehow I was able to activate those for this session. And then Sarpasirsa felt very appropriate. I guess it's I think it's like the mudra of like the serpentine. And I don't know what dragon it was, but it felt appropriate to do for that practice. So thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Did someone else want to share?
Hi, Kevin.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Hey, Tracy. We can hear you.
Kevin. I was just going to jump in because I've been, it's been on my mind for, I think it's about the last week, that I would like to meet my dragon spirit guide, which I haven't got. And things have been happening, so I haven't been able to do it properly lately. So anyway, tonight I saw this. But basically, to cut a long story short, I did the breath work for 10 minutes and I did end up having to lie down. But what I did get, I got initially, I got like a yellow. I got two yellow eyes, as if a dragon was like sussing me out. That's how I felt, and it just might be my untrustworthy nature of my own reflecting. I'm not sure, but it was just like it was like sussing me out. That's how I felt. So I felt like I needed to sort of say what I was, I want to meet you, etc. And it was in my heart, but like I'm kind, but hello, sort of thing. And I'm sort of having a chat. And it was a red dragon, and it had yellow claws, and it was sort of going around me as if like, who are you, sort of thing. That's how I felt. Now, I mean, that was the vibe that I was getting, and then it was going more and more and more, and I was getting more and more dizzy. But in the end, it was quite beautiful, really, because I sort of ended up on his back, and we flew a little bit, and then he brought me down to the ground just as you came through. But it was a very much a sort of a communication of like, what is it you're looking for, and me having to sort of explain myself. I don't know what was going on, but it was a yellow-eyed, yellow-clawed red dragon. That's what I got. And I have had a lot of things over the last few days about meeting a dragon, so I'm happy, but it looked pretty suspicious. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm not sure what's going on, but I ended with I hope we meet again. And I just thought I'd let you know, Kev, that was what happened for me. So thank you. I really enjoyed it. I'm fizzing like a pop of lemonade, but yeah, it's great. Thank you.
You're most welcome. That's beautiful. Yeah, I mean, I think sometimes the looks the dragons give us can be a bit withering. That don't necessarily read everything into it. It's not. Don't. We've got a human withering look, and it means more than I think a dragon's. It's just they've got unconditional love for you. So don't worry.
Okay.
Then he wasn't
Thank you
eyeing
for
you up
that.
for lunch or anything.
No, just
That's
like
beautiful.
I know what you mean. Like, are you nice? That's the sort of like, are you a nice person? Are you worthy of me? That's sort of but I think that's probably my low self-worth at the moment. I'm not sure, but
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
that's your human voice. It's your human programming that we're all worthy, and every dragon loves us unconditionally. Yeah, anything else is coming in is just some human programming. Tell that to shush and go over there. It's not
No,
allowed
bless you,
here.
Kevin. Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Thank you
Thank,
very much. I'll come off now.
thank you for
Thank you.
sharing.
It was beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. Michelle, you've got your hand up. Was that from earlier, or was that to share with us?
That was from earlier that I wanted to participate. I was late finding the hand.
All right, fair enough.
I had a
That's all right.
beautiful
Did you want to
experience,
share
and I
anything?
did it while walking. I met
Cool.
my grandmother O'Sullivan, who is probably my most ancient lineage, I guess. That's who I connect with frequently, but this time I actually got a visual instead of just that sensing her. It was like we were standing together with our hands, our palms pressed together. It was beautiful.
Wow, that's amazing. Shows how powerful it is, isn't it?
Yeah,
Just some
it was
breath
great.
work. The
Thank
breath work
you.
opens that portal. Thank you for sharing. What's that say?
Yeah, it does.
Peter says, "Oh,
Mhm.
thank you."
Hello.
Hello, Peter.
So yeah, being a martial artist for the last 32 years and being like a karate teacher, I am no stranger to breathing, whether it be fast or slow or that kind of thing. I tend to do when I'm doing my meditations, I really tend to slow down. I end up doing sometimes almost like a minute per breath kind of thing. So, like 30 seconds in, 30 seconds out. I really learned how to do that meditation and that really slow thing. When you were doing that drumming shamanism with a quick breath, I found myself a little different because, of course, it's in, out, in, out. So then I found myself at first, to make it work for me, I almost ended up doing like like a growl, or like ki, like in karate and that kind of stuff. But I found that was a way to make it so that I could keep that breath going for like that full 10 minutes. And you kind of mentioned like that roaring like a dragon kind of thing. And I guess as far as this energy that came in, I found that it was mostly just the dragon energy came into me rather than seeing other things. But of course, I don't get lightheaded when I breathe like that, or because I'm used to doing that in rapid fire or the fast ones and that kind of stuff. So it's something that if you keep working at it, for a few decades, it it definitely comes very quickly. Or if it sure it doesn't come very quickly necessarily, but it does definitely come with time.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just thought I'd come and say
Yeah.
that.
No, thank you for sharing. And yeah, it's interesting that I find that as well, that the more breath work I do, the longer you can hold your breath, the longer you can go through the pain, and you know that once you've gone through that, especially this one, if you go for an hour, you get to a point where it's pretty like a marathon where you're like it's the last 10 minutes and you're like you really have to break through because you're just so dry. It's like sandpaper in your throat. But when you break through that barrier, breaks it in your head as well. You realize you can move through the pain.
I imagine after a full hour of that, that would start to sandpaper the throat. You start to
Yeah,
learn that if you breathe up high in your chest area, it's going to really affect the lungs. Whereas if you breathe
mm,
down low in the tandem area and you fill up the bottom part of your lungs with the air, you don't you kind of bypass the diaphragm up here, and then it
yeah,
really starts to learn how you can breathe in and out like that without causing the neck and esophagus issues.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. I think it's like anything. You find the one that works for you. And yeah, some people like pain, some people like it more smooth. You pick the one that works for you. I have to say that one I do very rarely. It's just like going through. It's like afterwards you have a sore throat for a few days when you do it for that long. It's a bit like going to a concert, singing for 3 or 4 hours, and you're just like singing and the next day you're like I can hardly speak. You are a bit like that.
Absolutely, yes. I could see that, for sure. Okay.
Cool. Well, thank you for sharing. Did anyone else want to share?
I can share.
Yeah, please do.
I found it difficult to keep breathing. I was doing the breathing and then I just automatically, licked my mouth and tried to moisten my mouth. And then I thought, oh no, I'm not supposed to do that. But when you said, who do you want to meet? There are a lot of people I wanted to meet, but I finally decided I wanted to meet Sekhmet. So for a little bit, at that time, I found myself standing in her temple, in her presence. And I thought that was really fascinating because I've never had that like formal connection to her before, even though I feel connected to her. So with this formal connection, it was satisfying. So thank you. I really like this.
Beautiful. That's good. Thank you very much for sharing. We're coming up to last 5 minutes. Really, this was all about introducing you to breathwork if you've never met it before. Obviously, Peter's been doing it for a long time, and some of you, I'm sure, have done it in your other practices. I just wanted to open it up to you and get you to just think about those moments where you find yourself a bit breathless or anxious or whatever it is that you think, okay, I'm gonna do the box breath, or what I'm gonna do. If you're really angry, I find the dragon breath's really great for releasing anger as well. It's like, somebody cuts you off, I often go at them. You can probably see me in their rear view mirror. What's that NASA doing? Yeah, because rather than give them the finger, I give them the dragon breath. So it just releases the tension and the anger from you, and it's great. I love doing that. I try not to do it too much in public, but there are sometimes you sort of like at somebody, sort of look at you like, ooh. I just dragon breathed you. Anyway, that's the main reason for this, was just to introduce it to you and get you guys all to have a think about it. And obviously, I'm here, and if anyone wants to do the hour one and wants me to hold space for you, and, you know, really give you a sore throat, I'm more than happy to do that. I'm also obviously here for shamanic healings and dragon journeys, and introduction to your spirit guides. And next year, I've got a whole years long course that's introducing people to shamanism. And Bonnie here is sort of in the last few months of this year's one, and we've all grown as a group together, which is beautiful. So if anyone's interested in that, then let me know. That's probably going to start in January, February next year. Goes for about 11 months. And I'll send all the information out in an email and this recording as well. So as I say, today was really about an introduction to it. Let you guys have a think about it. Take away what works for you. What doesn't work for you, just chuck it in the bin. If you don't like getting a sore throat, don't do that. Just do the box breath, or just literally sitting there and taking. Oh, just doing that in the mornings just sort of like sets you up for the day, because you've controlled your breath, and it sort of makes you realise that you can control your day. Oops, something about that. Just me telling me I got another meeting in 3 minutes. Anyway, it's beautiful to see you all. Thank you for turning up and using your time today. As I say, this recording will be available in the next few days, and I'll send it out. I'll send all the slideshow with all the notes, so you've all got those. It'll be posted on YouTube, it'll be posted on my podcast, it'll be posted on my website, posted on the blog, blah, 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 in the Facebook groups. So that will be there for you. So beautiful to see you all. I wish you a beautiful rest of your days in the week ahead. And we are here again next month. So hopefully get to see you all then. Right, there you go. Bye-bye.